is Eyewitness News with live breaking news.
Right now at 11, 3 fires explode overnight. Homes destroyed as the winds pick up. There's concern the same could happen later this afternoon. Good morning. This is Eyewitness News at 11 a.m. We're live on ABC7, Hulu, and wherever you stream. I'm Philip Palmer.
And I'm Giovanna Lotta. We have live team coverage from the air and the ground, plus new details on the arrest in the line fire.
Officials are holding a news conference for the bridge fire right now. We have learned the fires destroyed 20 homes in the Mount Baldy area, 13 in the Wrightwood area. 6 cabins were also destroyed, but officials say there have been no significant injuries and no one has been killed. So here is the latest. The fire stands at 47,904 acres, 0% contained. Right now, 2,500 structures are still threatened.
There has been substantial wildfire growth throughout the night with impacts to the communities of Mount Baldy and Wrightwood. The cause of the fire is currently undetermined, but is being actively investigated by the United States Forest Service. This is currently the largest active fire in the state of California.
Officials stressed if you are asked to leave, please don't wait. They say the difference between life and death could be minutes.
And for the latest now on the bridge fire, let's go to Scott Reif overhead in Air 7. Scott.
Hey, Giovanna and Philip, this is just a monster smoke event. We can't really see much from 10,000 feet on the north side of the fire. We're looking due east right now. There's a little loom up right there, and we're concerned about that because we just got reports there are more homes on fire in Wrightwood. I'll go to the satellite view, and I believe that's right down where the Wrightwood area is. You see that dot? That's Wrightwood right there, and we've lost so many homes already, almost 40, and I think right now more are going up in that area. But as I come back after this live shot, you can see the smoke is just laid down over the entire area. Nearly a 50,000 acre fire. And boys, we look to the south, look at all the smoke that is laying down over that area. Ontario, just north of Rancho Cucamonga in the mountains where it's burning. And then way off in the distance there, that is the airport fire. You can see how much smoke is coming off that fire, but it almost looks small in comparison to what we are seeing here over the bridge fire in the Angeles National Forest. And as it burns up into the San Bernardino area, it was 18 degrees cooler at Van Nuys Airport this morning when we took off a little earlier than it was yesterday at this time. That has certainly helped quite a bit, the fact that it's cooler. And one other major issue is because it's so smoky, the air tankers have not got up yet. The helicopters are going to be working. They just got airborne, but the smoke has been a big factor in their effort to try and get the retardant down on this fire. But once again, right there, that is Wrightwood. Philip and Giovanna, that's the area we're really worried about. Unfortunately, I think we're going to lose a lot more homes in that area right now.
All right, Scott, thank you. Wow. We are getting a better idea of the structures that were destroyed in Wrightwood as the fire swept through. Officials say the power infrastructure there was impacted as well. They say once it's safe, damage assessment teams will move in. Eyewitness News reporter Sophie Flay is live in Wrightwood with a look at the damage there. Sophie.
Yeah, Giovanna, a devastating morning for one homer here on Cardinal Road in Wrightwood. If you take a look behind me here, you'll see firefighters are still working on putting out the smoldering flames of this 2 to 3 story home that is now completely gone. The fire traveled basically through their backyard, scorching this Jeep over here, parked in their backyard on the left-hand side. Thankfully, that couple that lives here was not home at the time, and firefighters arrived here around 8:30 last night, battling strong winds, hosing down this house as fast as they could, and that fight saved the houses on either side. We want to show you what it looked like at Mountain High Ski Resort, which is about 2 miles from this neighborhood. Video shows flames engulfed one of the chairlifts. We know a few structures were also damaged, but the ski lodges appear to be okay. The bridge fire has burned more than 47,000 acres with 0% containment, and it's still unclear how this fire started, but Wrightwood is under an evacuation order, and Eric Sherwin with San Bernardino Fire tells us that these residents were prepared to leave, which made it easier for firefighters to get in there and save homes. We spoke with one man who said he left his home as soon as he got the alert, but doesn't know what he'll come back to.
I'm hoping it's still there. You know, I'm almost 80 years old. I'm retired. I'm disabled, and I really don't want to live anywhere else. But if my house is gone, I don't know what to do. This is crazy. I've never seen anything like it. It's just really, really scary and painful.
Again, now you can see this Jeep completely scorched in the backyard of that home. That is now completely gone. We know that most of the people living in this neighborhood did evacuate, and the way that they're monitoring their homes is through Ring cameras if they are still working. Firefighters say that they are not concerned about any of the other homes here, but they are still working. There is a lot of them out here. A lot of them started at 6 a.m., so they are considered fresh firefighters working on this fight here in Wrightwood. Live in Wrightwood, Sophie Flay, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Sophie, thank you. Meantime, the airport fire still very dangerous at this hour. So let's go right to Eyewitness News reporter Leticia Juarez. She's live in Lake Elsinore with the latest on that fire. Leticia.
Well, Philip, firefighters still have a battle on their hands with the airport fire. They are going to be battling not only the wildfire, but also in the burn area that you can see behind me, putting out some of those hot spots and flare-ups. The airport fire, at least more than 22,000 acres and 0% containment. I want to show you kind of what this hillside looks like here, because I was here less than 24 hours ago, and it had not just burned, but after overnight, you can see that definitely those flames came through, burning the area. You can see a home at the top of this hillside that looks like it was spared. That's the thing about this fire. It's a hit and miss. Some of the homes were spared, but definitely some of the homes were lost, and I did see some of those. I want to point the camera to the far to my left here. That over there is Lake Elsinore. That area right there still remains in the evacuation zone. For residents who may know the area, it's near McVicker Canyon Parkway. Those homes right there spared by the fire. It appears that there is some phosphate that was laid down over there overnight as well to protect the homes there. But this morning, as we were coming up the Ortega Highway, just after or just before 10 this morning, we caught sight of some CAL FIRE Riverside stopped along the freeway or the highway here as a hotspot flared up near the Lookout Inn. They were able to jump out of their trucks fairly quickly, pull out the hoses, and then hike down the hillside to get those flames out relatively quickly. Now, on Tuesday, this massive wildfire pushed into Riverside County. Despite efforts of firefighters, the flames jumped the highway near the El Carrizo Village, where several homes were located. And I was standing there reporting live when we did have to pick up and leave, especially as the wind started to pick up. Now, there we have seen some of the homes near the El Carrizo Village that did in fact burn. We visited a home that was still smoldering. The property and several cars that appeared to be part of a collection were destroyed by that fire. The heat from the fast-moving brush fire melted the tires and metal off the cars. And as you have seen, only one thing that was remaining there that we found pretty amazing was that there was this yellow wall to a garden that remained standing that was not touched. Now, we're still waiting to hear from the public information officer as to what today will look like. They say they're going to have their assessment teams inside the village here to look at some of those homes, determine how many were lost. They have about 1,000 firefighters that have been ordered on this fire. As of now, they have 629. And this morning, we have been seeing those air resources crisscrossing the Santa Ana Mountains here as they go down and start doing those drops. And of course, there's the evacuation centers at Santiago High School and Temescal Valley High School that are there for the evacuees who cannot be getting back to this area anytime soon. I did ask, when are they going to open up the Ortega Freeway, or highway that is, and allow people back into their homes? They said it's not going to happen, at least for a while longer. Reporting here near Lake Elsinore, Leticia Juarez, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Leticia, thank you. Turning now to the line fire burning in Highland. Deputies in San Bernardino County held a news conference an hour ago with details on an arrest. 34-year-old Justin Halstenberg is accused of setting the fire last Thursday near Baseline Road and Alban Street. He was arrested yesterday after authorities executed a search warrant of his home in Norco. Authorities remained tight-lipped on how that fire was started, but do believe it was intentional.
Evidence was located inside the suspect's residence, as well as his vehicle that supported his arrest.
While we're still in the thrust of the preliminary investigation, we believe this was intentional.
Still no word on a motive. Halstenberg was booked for arson and is being held without bail. So far, the line fire has burned more than 34,000 acres and is currently 14% contained.
It's kind of difficult to keep all of the fires straight because it's so massive in the acreage burn. Tony, the weather is affecting all of them, though. I mean, we had no break over the last week or so. What are we expecting today?
A huge break when it comes to temperatures. I mean, we're already noticing a difference. Like in Wrightwood yesterday at this time, it was in the mid-70s, and now we're in the upper 60s. You can see out towards the Highland Fire about 70 degrees right now, and then 72 between Trabuco Canyon and Lake Elsinore. So temperatures is the first thing. Then the winds. We're going to see it pick up a little bit this afternoon, so that could be a struggle for some firefighters, but not by much. I mean, that's the good news. Going into Thursday, though, those winds really die down and into the weekend. So winds will die down. We'll also have that change in direction of winds. That's what's helping bring these cooler temperatures. We have that onshore flow bringing more marine layer clouds. That helps our relative humidity, too. Air quality-wise, I mean, look at the map here with just the reds and the purples in those fire areas, and then just outside of it turning into some of the oranges. So that's been the issue, but the good news is that the winds are coming out of the southwest-west, pushing the fire away from us. So, Philip and Giovanna, all conditions expected to get better in the days ahead.
Well, we certainly hope so. Tony, thank you very much. As we continue here at 11 a.m., this just into our newsroom, a plea deal for singer Justin Timberlake in his DW.